Welcome to the Miltenberger Law Offices website and YouTube channel. Our Omaha criminal defense firm brings more than a decade of trial experience, backed by over 145-star reviews and a strong record of client satisfaction, DUI dismissals, DUI charge reductions, and courtroom victories. We've created these audio articles to provide clear, accessible guidance designed to protect your freedom, your reputation, and your rights. Felony DUI Lawyer in Omaha, Nebraska. A felony DUI in Omaha isn't just another charge, it's a life-changing event. A conviction can mean years in prison, a revoked license, permanent criminal record, and devastating personal consequences. If you're facing a felony-level DUI in Omaha, you need a defense attorney who understands the stakes and knows how to fight back. At Miltenberger Law Offices, we've spent decades defending individuals in Omaha and across Nebraska against DUI and felony charges. We know how prosecutors build these cases and, more importantly, how to dismantle them. Call one of our skilled felony DUI attorneys in Omaha right away at 402-217-2267 or reach out online for a free confidential case review. When a DUI becomes a felony charge in Omaha. Most first or second DUIs in Nebraska are misdemeanors. However, felony DUI charges carry severe and lasting consequences, including mandatory jail time, years of license revocation, and a permanent criminal record. Whether your arrest involved repeat offenses, refusal to test, or an accident with serious injury, Miltenberger Law Offices has the experience to fight back. Here's how the state categorizes and punishes different types of felony DUI. DUI with 2 prior convictions and a high BAC or refusal to test. If you have 2 prior DUI convictions and are arrested again with a BAC of 0.15% or higher or refuse chemical testing, you'll face a Class 3A felony. This offense carries up to 3 years in prison, 9 to 18 months of post-release supervision, and fines up to $10,000. You may be required to serve at least 180 days in jail and lose your driver's license for 15 years. Even if granted probation, you'll face a 45-day no-driving period, a $1,000 fine, and 60 days in jail. DUI with 3 prior convictions. A 4th DUI offense becomes a Class 3A felony in Omaha or anywhere else in Nebraska. Penalties include at least 180 days in jail, a $2,000 fine, and a 15-year license revocation. On probation, you must wait at least 45 days before applying for an ignition interlock device (IID) permit. You'll also be required to serve 90 days in jail and complete 90 days of continuous alcohol monitoring after release. DUI with 3 prior convictions and a high BAC or refusal to test. If you've had 3 prior DUIs and are again arrested with a BAC of 0.15% or higher or refuse testing, you'll be charged with a Class 1IA felony. This carries up to 20 years in prison, a mandatory 1-year minimum sentence, and a 15-year license revocation. If you receive probation, expect 120 days in jail, a $2,000 fine, and 120 days of continuous alcohol monitoring after release. DUI with 4 or more prior convictions. A 5th DUI or beyond is treated as a Class 2A felony in Omaha. The court may impose up to 20 years in prison, with a minimum 2-year sentence and a 15-year license revocation. On probation, you'll face 180 days in jail, a $2,000 fine, and mandatory alcohol monitoring for at least 180 days following your release. DUI with 4 or more priors and a high BAC or refusal to test. When a driver with 4 or more DUI convictions is arrested with a BAC of 0.15% or higher or refuses to test, the charge escalates to a Class 2 felony, one of Nebraska's most serious DUI offenses. Penalties include 1 to 50 years in prison, a mandatory 2-year minimum term, and a 15-year license revocation. Probation still involves 180 days in jail, a $2,000 fine, and 180 days of continuous alcohol monitoring. DUI causing serious bodily injury. Under Nebraska Revised Statute, Section 60-6, 198, causing serious injury while driving under the influence is a Class 3A felony. Penalties include up to 3 years in prison, 9 to 18 months of post-release supervision, and fines up to $10,000. The court could also revoke your driver's license for 60 days to 15 years. Serious bodily injury includes permanent disfigurement, loss of a limb or organ, or long-term physical impairment. DUI resulting in death. According to Nebraska Revised Statutes, Section 28-306, causing a death while driving under the influence is typically charged as a Class 2A felony. This is punishable by up to 20 years in prison and a driving ban of up to 15 years. If the driver has a prior DUI conviction, the charge escalates to a Class 2 felony, carrying 1 to 50 years in prison and a full 15-year revocation. DUI causing death of an unborn child. Under Nebraska Revised Statutes, Section 28-394, causing the death of an unborn child while driving under the influence is a Class 3A felony. Punishments include up to 3 years in prison, 9 to 18 months of post-release supervision, and fines up to $10,000. A prior DUI conviction upgrades the charge to a Class 2A felony with potential 20-year imprisonment and a 15-year license revocation. Get a strong defense from an Omaha Felony DUI defense attorney. Felony DUI charges can destroy your freedom, your career, and your future. But they're not unbeatable. At Miltenberger Law Offices, we use decades of courtroom experience to challenge chemical tests, prior convictions, and unlawful police procedures. We fight to reduce your penalties, protect your driver's license, and help you move forward with your life. What to do if you've been arrested for a felony DUI in Omaha. If you've been charged with a felony DUI, your first 10 days are critical, especially for protecting your driver's license and your rights. Here are the steps to follow. Step 1. Stay calm and exercise your rights. Don't argue or volunteer information. Politely tell officers, "I want to remain silent and speak to my attorney." Do not discuss your drinking or drug use. Step 2. Request an experienced felony DUI attorney immediately. Contact Miltenberger Law Offices at 402-217-2267 right away. The earlier we intervene, the better your chances of minimizing damage or stopping the case before it grows stronger. Step 3. Do not talk about the case. Never post, text, or talk about your arrest. Anything you share, especially on social media, can be subpoenaed or twisted by prosecutors. Step 4. Protect your license. Nebraska's Administrative License Revocation (ALR) process starts immediately. You have 10 days from your arrest to request a hearing, or your license will be suspended automatically. Depending on the circumstances of your case, you may be facing revocation regardless, but will still file the appeal, challenge the stop, and work toward ignition interlock eligibility. Step 5. Preserve evidence and help build your defense. Write down everything that happened: times, locations, witnesses, officer comments, save receipts, dashcam or security footage, and contact witnesses. We'll use this to build a comprehensive defense strategy. Defending against felony DUI charges in Omaha. Every felony DUI case is unique, but strong defenses our experienced defense attorneys use often include challenging the legality of the stop. If the officer lacked reasonable suspicion, evidence may be suppressed. Disputing chemical test results. These tests must follow strict guidelines. Faulty calibration, chain of custody errors, or mishandled samples can invalidate BAC or drug results. Questioning the use of prior convictions. We ensure the state properly proves prior DUIs within the 15-year look-back period. Examining accident evidence. In injury or homicide cases, we consult accident reconstructionists to challenge causation. Negotiating reductions or alternative sentencing. Our goal is to avoid incarceration whenever possible, pursuing probation, treatment, or sentence modification. Why choose Miltenberger Law Offices to defend your Omaha felony DUI? Not all DUI defense attorneys in Omaha are equipped for felony-level cases. At Miltenberger Law Offices, we bring decades of criminal trial experience, deep knowledge of Nebraska's DUI laws, and a relentless commitment to protecting our clients' rights. When your freedom is at stake, you need more than a lawyer. You need a fighter, one who brings 24/7 access to legal help. DUI arrests don't happen on a set schedule, and neither do we. Focused DUI defense. We handle complex DUI cases in Omaha and across Nebraska daily, including those involving injuries, deaths, and repeat offenses. A former prosecutor who knows both sides. We anticipate the prosecution's strategy and counter it at every stage. Comprehensive representation. We manage both your criminal case and ALR hearing, two separate but equally vital battles. A proven track record in felony defense. Our results include dismissals, reduced charges, and successful appeals in Omaha, throughout Douglas and Sarpy counties, and across Nebraska.